Good afternoon, Whalers Nation, and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We are coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium. It's Burnham Dell Field here for the MIAA Division IV Round of 16 game as your number 2 seeded Nantucket Whalers take on the number 15 seeded Rockland Bulldogs. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whalers sports, alongside a great crew, including one of our students. Pavlin Alexiev will be one of your eyes on the field. Sean Davis in the house. Always glad to have Sean Davis. And, of course, it is Charles in charge. He is the brains of the op. He'll be running all the switches and board and will make us look as cool as we can, which is certainly a challenge. The tournament continues for Nantucket as the Whalers took care of business in their third shutout of Monomoy. In the opening round, 15-0 was the final. Could have been more if not for great play from the Monomoy goalie. Rockland ended up defeating Littleton 16-12 in that round of 32 game, earning a trip to face the Whalers here today. We'll break it down here in just a moment, but I do want to take another moment here and thank our founding underwriter for the sports on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcast. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Nation.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as we get you all set up for this Sweet 16 matchup between your Whalers and the Rockland Bulldogs. An absolutely gorgeous day out there. Probably will be the warmest weather we've had as far as a game day temperature, rising up near 70 degrees, 0 wind. It was a pleasant ride for the Bulldogs coming over here as the Whalers continue their journey to a second state title in 2 years. They handled their business in the opening round as head coach Sam Aloisi was able to use his entire bench in the 15-0 win in that round of 32 game. It represented the third win, all three shutouts this season, as the Sharks were one of 4 teams that qualified for the D4 state tournament that played out of the Cape and Islands League. Nantucket had 7 different goal scorers, led by senior Nolen Mosscrop, who has elevated his game this year, and he has been healthy this year. He led the Whalers in goals scored throughout the regular season with 50, adding 4 more against Monomoy, and fellow senior Noah Stringer started the tourney off with a bang as well as he tallied 3 goals and an assist. Marco Chuisa added 3 more times, another senior for Nantucket, showing why this Whalers team is certainly going to be tough to stop today and beyond that if they can win as well. And we didn't even mention Captain Arann Hanlon, who was able to actually rest for much of the second half. He only took 3 shots, netting 2 of those. He also had an assist for Nantucket. The Whalers also smothered the Sharks defensively for the 3rd straight game this season, allowing just 3 shots in total. 2 of those were saves. 1 went wide of the net, and one of those saves was actually by Nick Weisentanner, who ended up playing goalie for the entire second half. They forced nearly 20 turnovers as a defensive unit as well. This will be a much different game here today, certainly, as Nantucket faces a Rockland squad that they defeated in this second round a couple years, 3 years back, actually. But if the Whalers play their game, and stick to their guns, this one could be another lopsided score. For the Bulldogs, they played a tough regular season schedule, entered the tournament as one of the 13 teams with a losing record, but they are just now one of 2 teams left in the tournament field, joining our good buddies, the Sandwich Blue Knights. Side note, they will actually be facing Nantucket tomorrow, and if they upset Nantucket, it would be an elite matchup between these 2 winners, which, of course, we hope the Whalers do their thing and move along. So it could be another rematch of a couple years back in a state title game. We'll talk about more of that later on. Rockland lives in the South Coast League with the tournament's #1 seed, Mr. Cohasset skipper. Also Norwell, Abington, and East Bridgewater, all who made the postseason. So battle-tested, to say the least, but they will have to have a huge game from junior netminder Tommy Reno. He has amassed over 500 career saves already, but he's going to have a solid game. He did so in a shutout win in the opening round, saving 18 saves. For head coach Dave Taylor, he will rely on his top scorer, Gavin Biggins. He's got to play big today, to say the least. They will try to find gaps in that Whalers defense, get some hands free. He's a bona fide scorer, so Nantucket will have to stay on his shooting hand, which, of course, they have seen. He netted 5 goals in that win over Littleton, and Braden Rao also scored 5 points, 6 points, actually. He was the facilitator, however, scoring just twice, but assisting on 4 other goals. It's going to be a tall order for this Bulldog team, no doubt about it. They know that. However, they have seen the best team in the division, a 17-0 loss to the Cohasset team. So they have also faced 8 teams in their regular season schedule that qualified for the postseason tournament. They went 5-8 against those 8 teams, and will look to try and keep their season alive against the #2 seed here in the tournament. We'll be back here shortly as we count down the last couple minutes. Have a look-see of the highlights of Monday's game, including an immaculate game by our Whaler girls. They came back from 3 goals down with less than 5 minutes to play and ended up beating a very good Bromfield team. So we'll be back here. Lineups, national anthem, and the opening face-off. Round of 16 coming right up here on the NSC and NCTV. Avoids another one. Whalers in transition here. Desperate need of a goal. Clock becoming an issue. Caught by Benny. Passes it up. Shot. Scores! Whalers gain possession. Here's Damien. She goes low with it. Runs through the defender. Scores! Pass in front. Shot. Scores! Damien rushes in. Shot. Save made by O'Connor. Oh, it goes in! Damien swats it in! The points won! 20 seconds to go! Hanlon! He scores! Hanlon scores! Not get any better than that. Enjoy the scene here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, Whalers Nation. Noah Stringer makes a move around his defender. Shot, score! Hanlon works it around. Here's Grant. Shot, score! Perfect shot. Ooh, I do see some concessions open there. Running in, low shot, score! Pass back. Here's Mosscrop. Evades one. Oh, here's Hanlon. Rips it and scores. Another shot, scores! Here's a quick shot by Hanlon and a score. Here's Stringer. Whips it and scores. That sidearm. First goal, good pass, shot, score! Marco Chuisa, Scholar finalist as well. Here's a shot from Chuisa, and he finds the back. Sharks in transition here, shot and a save made by Wise and Tanner. Whitfield now on the run, just running through Shark defender. Shot, scores! And there's another goal. Stringer with that sidearm shot. He has patented that.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers controls. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Welcome to Burnham Dell Field at Vito Capizzo Stadium, where your Nantucket Whalers will take on the Rockland High School Bulldogs in the MIAA Division IV Round of 16 state tournament game. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked extremely hard to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behavior reflects the values that should be identified with these students, and assume responsibility for your behavior and for the behavior of those around you. Please also stay in the stands. There will be no fans allowed the edges of the field. If you do require assistance, please call upon a school official. And now for the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Bulldogs from Rockland High School. Number 1, Josh Benson. Number 2, Mikhail Gabremariam. Number 9, Gavin Biggins. Number 19, TJ DeMario. Number 7, Braden Guilfoy. Number 14, TJ Holland. Number 0, David Kane. Number 17, Trevor Guilfoy. Number 15, Braden Rao. And in net, number 13, Tommy Reno. Head coach, Dave Taylor. And now for your Whalers starting lineup. Number 1, senior Nick Yates. Number 2, senior Canton Jenkinson. Number 4, senior Arann Hanlon. Number 5, senior Marco Chuisa. Number 7, junior Kyden Whitfield. Number 8, senior Nolen Mosscrop. Number 22, senior Soren Edwards. Number 32, senior Ben Yates. Number 33, senior Jake Grant. And in net, number 13, senior Jeremy Jenkinson. Head coach, Sam Aloisi. The officials for today's game, Robert Sproul, Doug Davenport, and Jack Regan. Thank you very much. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of the men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We now invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand and be recognized. We thank you for your service to our country. At this time, we now ask that everyone please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Boston Pops.
Who are you, Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass. Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shot. It runs in. It's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it by.
Loading is open. Thank you very much.
My mark? Get my mark? Get your mark?
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, Kyden Whitfield in the X. We are ready to go. Sweet 16 action coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Whalers win the opening faceoff and are on the attack. Whitfield, job well done. He's heading off. Here's Hanlon. Shoot, scores! Just like that, baby! 16 seconds in. Arann Hanlon finds the net and gives the Whalers a 1-0 lead. I think that's a pretty good start. "16 seconds in." Kyden Whitfield's got to jog back onto the field to take another face-off. Whalers up 1-0. On a goal from co-captain Arann Hanlon. Soren Edwards working some stick magic. And Whitfield unable to scoop. Bulldogs get to it. That's TJ Holland. DeMario loses it. Yates, and that's going to be a flag, a little hit to the head. Whalers got to still play some defense here. Could be a 2-for-1 opportunity for Rockland. DeMario. So Whalers up 1-0, but they will be down a player here. Josh Benson, number 1, gives it up to DeMario. Tough pass, and that'll be a turnover. That'll stop play with 11:03, and it'll be Yates taking a seat for a minute for a hit to the head. So the Whalers will be down a player for just a minute. Rockland, first possession of the game. Whalers took the opening face-off in 16 seconds. Arann Hanlon found the net. Quick passing around the perimeter. Shot. Goes wide of the net. DeMario going to put it in. That's Kane. Good save. And a turnover on Rockland. Still 40 seconds to go on the penalty. Here's Nick Yates. And one of the 13 seniors here on the Whalers squad. Another Sweet 16 berth. Yates trying to tiptoe on the sideline, unable to stay in bounds. And Rockland right back with it. There's a pass in front, shot, side of the net. Jenkinson scoops it. That was Kane, number 0. And just off the stick of Hanlon. Hanlon, good pass. Jenkinson circles back and will gain the zone. Whalers on the PK. Canton flips it over to Arann Hanlon, and the Whalers take over on offense. As Tyler Miller and Noah Stringer head on in. Mosscrop gets it over to Miller, near side wing. Here's another quick move by Hanlon. He loses it. And gets it back amongst 3 dark blue jerseys. Here's Chuisa. He gets deflected. Whalers are back there. Mosscrop able to save the possession. And he'll put it in. Good cut by Jake Grant at the top of the zone. Nice catch. Oh, no, not a catch by Hanlon. Jarred away and scooped on the fly by Mosscrop. Mosscrop into the zone. Whalers in transition. Again, Chuisa. Oh, great job by the goaltender to come out and deflect it. Tommy Reno with a heads-up play, stopping a goal. That's intercepted on the fly. Bad pass, though. Little rush on the play. He had the man open. It was Gavin Biggins he was looking for. It'll be Whaler ball. So, again, maybe a little nerves here. Coach Aloisi going to take a timeout here, settle the troops. After a goal scored in 16 seconds, it's been a little back and forth, including a penalty. We'll take one quick break here on the NSC and NCTV. Come on back with more first quarter action from the Sweet 16. First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carp. I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you see the Whalers breaking their huddle. I think it's a wise timeout. Again, just settle the nerves here. A little sloppy play here, a couple of errant passes. And despite being up 1-0, Coach Aloisi deciding to take a little second here and gather the troops again. Arann Hanlon with the goal scored just 16 seconds in. Took the opening faceoff, ran right down. Nobody picked him up, and he found the back of the net. Behind Tommy Reno, who made an incredible play to deny Chuisa. Here's Canton Jenkinson entering the zone. He runs through a couple more people. Shot, and he scores! Canton Jenkinson with a little coast-to-coast action with the long pole. Have a look-see at this one. He just found his way all the way through the Rockland defense. Again, nobody really picking him up. Whips it and finds that near post. Perfect shot from Canton Jenkinson. 2-0 Whalers. Still 8:41 left here in the first quarter. Again, a double set of twins on the backside here for the Whalers, the Yates boys and the Jenkinson boys. McCann showing that he's got some offensive skill as well. Whitfield flips it ahead and quickly picked up by Jake Grant, who hustles in front. Pass, off the stick. Picked up. And, nearly golfed into the net by Mosscrop. Picked up by Reno. So another dangerous play in front of the net for Rockland. Already down 2-0. Again, just 20 seconds as Grant jumps the goalie. Bad pass. Scooped up. Here's a pass to Mosscrop. Spins. Andrick Mooney back on the field despite having a hurt knee. You can see that black brace on it. He's going to give it a go. We'll see how much playing time he actually gets, but nice to see 2-8 back in there. Here's a move by Hanlon. Shot, bounces it in front of Reno and scores. And timeout quickly called by Matt Taylor. We'll have a look at Hanlon's second goal here in the first quarter. Makes a quick stutter step, hands free, and bounces it in front. Bunch of dust in front of Reno, but he is unable to find the ball, and the Whalers are up 3-0 here. We'll keep it here for this timeout as we want to get you all up to speed as to what's going on here in the postseason. Obviously, Whalers and the boys in Sweet 16 action here today. The girls lacrosse team had one of those moments that will just live in Whalers lacrosse lore as they rallied from 3 goals down with less than 5 minutes to play to defeat a very good Bromfield School squad 11-9. They advanced to their 4th straight Elite 8 matchup in Division 4. Brand new head coach Kelly Brown and her team just found a way. Louisa Benny shut down for most of the game, scored the game-tying goal. So when it mattered most, she stepped up big time and netted that game-tying goal. Then the next possession, senior captain Dylan Damian had one of the craziest plays you'll see in lacrosse, an own goal, but Damian was right in front of the netminder, Dara O'Connor, and caused her to lose control, flipped it into the net, and that proved to be the difference. Nantucket added an insurance goal by Grace Hanlon to secure the win. They will now move on to face the number 1 seed in the tournament, Sandwich Blue Knights. They will be heading off island tomorrow. The crew will be heading off island tomorrow as well. DC Collins will be on the draw. It goes off at 3:15, opening draw at 3:30. Hopefully you can join us. And we did hear rumors of a injury. I never want to have an injury, but that Sandwich lost one of their key players. So we'll see if that evens it up a little bit. Back to live action here. 2-minute penalty on Nolen Mosscrop. So the Whalers come out of the timeout here and are down a player. Not sure what transpired. I didn't catch it. And what the Bulldogs turn it over as a Bulldog was in the crease. We're going to hang on for a little shoe tying as the clock stops with 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Still plenty of time on the penalty, but the Whalers now have the ball with an opportunity to clear and use some clock. Here's Hanlon. He'll get it across midfield, sprints ahead, and gains the offensive zone. Whalers shorthanded, but they can play a little keep away here and maybe pick up one shorthanded. Minute 20 left on the clock. Again, no reason to be in any hurry to do anything for Nantucket. Make them come get you. Grant sprints through and sends it across the other side to Mosscrop. Mosscrop double-teamed. No problem for number 8. Picked up by Jamarian Bear. And here's Grant. Picked up by number 20. That's Daniel Kane. A couple of brother sets on the Bulldogs as well. Guilfoy's and Kane's. Biggins as well. And again, the Whalers will just chew up some more clock. Still 30 seconds left on that 2-minute. And they're just going to let the clock run here. So Mosscrop will get an opportunity. Here's Jake Grant. A little spin move. 15 seconds left as Hanlon makes a move. Pass, shot. Ooh, Stringer over the shoulder, unable to find the net, just wide, but Mooney back there to save the possession. Just 3 seconds left on the penalty to Nolen Mosscrop as he will now jog onto the field as the Whalers again have the ball and a 3-0 lead here with 5:40 left in the first quarter. Mooney whips one low. Nice save. Oh, took a spin and jumped back into the net of Reno. And clock will stop with a push from behind. Nothing crazy from Mooney, but a little, hey, how you doing? as Gavin Biggins tries to make something happen. He's annoyed 2 times by Grant. And here comes Soren Edwards into the offensive end. Flips it over. And the Whalers force another turnover on the Bulldogs as Gavin Biggins double teamed near midfield. Gave it back to Nantucket, and here's Stringer operating on the far side wing. Arann Hanlon finishes up the offensive set as the Whalers look to add to their 3-0 lead here. 2 goals by Arann Hanlon and a single tally from Canton Jenkinson in transition. Here's Stringer. Pass across to Mosscrop. Mosscrop launches one high. No surprise for the high shot from Mosscrop. That's an inside dog. Here's Stringer. Ooh, that was much closer, nearing that top post. Nolen was able to sneak up after the Monomoy win. He had one of those highlight reel type goals, a back behind the back action after a great catch. And here's Tyler Miller. He's got some space. Gives it up to Mosscrop. Inside, Chuisa with a quick shot, bounces just over the top. Again, Marco Chuisa able to find that little gap in the middle as the Whalers able to spread it around here and find space. There's Miller. Chuisa able to recover. Down under 4 minutes to play here in the first. Little swim. And a tough pass. That's going to go all the way through. Nice job by Yates to save the possession without the offsides. Grant gets to it. Pass over. Stringer lets it fly. And that one's heading towards Sankety. 3:28 to play as the clock starts again. Mosscrop spinning. Pass, off the mark as it will slow down right in front of the midfield stripe. Here's Mosscrop. As the Whalers once again just have dominated possession here. Up 3-0 already. Little smack as Mosscrop looks to use his body. Push out of position. Oh, Stringer was wide open in the middle. Unable to get it down into the net, but a beautiful pass by Mosscrop to Stringer. And a good quick shot, just a touch too high. As the Bulldogs look to get a clear here and get into the offensive end. Reno looking. DeMario faces a couple of different Whalers. Chuisa draws it. Jars it loose, I should say. And Jake Grant, little stutter. Pass back out. Here's Chuisa. Hanlon. And again, the Whalers showing some patience here, down to 2 minutes. Stringer with some space. That one's deflected. And will remain Nantucket ball. Mosscrop has some space. Oh, nearly got that negative angle shot as he jogged by. Does not take much for Nolen Mosscrop to find the net. Minute 55 and counting. Tyler Miller. Looking. Gets it back. Here's Mosscrop. Operating in close proximity. Tip pass. Chuisa there. Here's Hanlon, down to 1:20 left here in the first quarter. 3-0, Whalers with the lead. And they have dominated time of possession. They have been patient, looked for their spots. Speaking of spots, here's Chuisa. Oh, a lightning bolt. That bounces into the net. Mosscrop with the feed. And here's Chuisa's goal. Draws the double team. Actually, Hanlon again. Sorry, excuse my reach. So Arann Hanlon only had 3 shots in the opening round. 2 of them scored. He's already scored 3 times here in the first quarter and has asserted himself once again as the leader of the Whalers offensive unit. Whitfield swims it ahead. And Soren Edwards there to clean it up. And the Whalers have another possession with under a minute to play here. Good catch off the top of the grass. Grant over to Mooney. Andrick Mooney. Over to Stringer. And that's an errant pass, going to be a turnover on Nantucket. Clock stops with 37 seconds left to play. So Whalers keep possession, Here's Stringer. Cross pass to Mooney. He's got an alley and nearly found the net. Reno out of position. Still out of position. Whalers unable to capitalize on this. Aggressive play by Reno as Stringer able to gather. Down to 10 seconds. Oh, good swim. Shot. Scores. Noah Stringer with a nifty one-on-one move. The spin and the sidearm. Have a look at this replay. Just swims around one, spins, gets an angle, and whips it past Reno as he looks frustrated here, scoring with just 3 seconds to go in the first quarter, and makes it a 5-0 lead. And again, the Whalers have dominated the time of possession. A couple of penalties on Nantucket. Otherwise, Rockland would have no shots on goal, just as they did against Monomoy. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Whalers off to another great start. They've outscored their opponents 20-0 in 5 quarters. We'll take a break. Come on back with the second quarter. 12 more minutes here in the first half. Whalers in control behind Arann Hanlon's hat trick.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Welcome back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. Whalers up 5-0 after the end of one quarter of play. I want to give a shout out to Dave Blanchard and his crew over at the NFHS. For those of you that are watching from the national network that will cover the state championships, hopefully you'll be seeing our Whalers on that broadcast as well. But definitely a quick shout out to the NFHS. Great first quarter of action here for the Whalers, up 5-0, dominating the time of possession, and Arann Hanlon found the net 3 times after a bit of a slower game for him against Monomoy. Maybe that was on purpose, but the Whalers looking good on offense as we get back to the X, and Kyden Whitfield trying to gain the Whalers another possession here. Rockland able to dig it out. That's Josh Benson, number 1, looking to get it in the zone. Bad pass. Run through and scooped up by Yates. Yates in transition. Gives it up to Mosscrop. Spins, shot, score! Oh, side of the net, excuse me. So good job in transition by the Whalers. Here's a bad pass from Reno. And out of bounds, right back to Nantucket. Just underway here in second quarter. Soren Edwards quickly gains his own. Pass in front, Chuisa denied. Good save. But Stringer there to clean up the possession. And here's Mooney. Soren Edwards jogging off, and we'll get Stringer into the game. Little individual move by Nolen Mosscrop. Up top to Mooney, who gives it a whirl. That one goes just over the net. Mosscrop drawing some attention. Here's Stringer on a deflected pass. Good job by defense. Kept in nicely. Another save of possession. That's Canton Jenkinson getting the long stick out. Here's Jake Grant. Near side. Avoids a couple of defenders. Gets it over to Mooney. Mooney moving pretty good. Despite that brace. Here's Hanlon. Had some room, but again, Whalers showing great patience here. Got a piece of it. Reno with a piece there off the Mosscrop shot. Fourth save from Reno here in just over a quarter. Stringer whips it sidearm. Again, Reno with a piece. And feels that one as it hits the hip and slides to the side. 9:56 left in the second quarter of play. Whalers up 5. Spin by Hanlon. Gets it over. Stringer. Oh, just misses. He just does not miss those very often. You can see him a little frustrated. Gets a little keep shooting from Arann Hanlon, I'm sure, as those are going to find the net. That underhanded sidearm, odd angle is something that Stringer has patented here in the second half of the season. Here he is, individual power move. Double team, draws 3 defenders. Hanlon thought about it. He gets it back in better position. Oh, nice save by Reno. Bouncing pass that goes all the way to midfield. Nicely timed by Yates to deflect. Here's Jenkinson. Spins. And gets it into the offensive end. Mooney with a quick shot to score! Canton Jenkinson to Andrick Mooney. And Mooney finds the back of the net to give the Whalers a 6-0 lead. Here's the replays. You see, great spin move by Jenkinson to gain some space. Knows exactly when to give it up. Mooney with tons of room. Blasts it top shelf behind Reno. Four different goal scorers for Nantucket already. And good effort. Here's Whitfield. Gets it jarred loose. Smith flips it ahead. And the Whalers come away with it. Soren Edwards
out of the pack. As you can see, Gavin Smith in for Mooney as he was yesterday. Here's Jake Grant, thought about it. Backs it out as Noah Stringer. Jake Grant will shoot it. As Reno discussing with his defenders to pick up a man. You can't leave him open. Stringer quickly operating. And Mosscrop gets it back up top to Smith. Evan Smith, another senior on this squad, had a fantastic basketball career as well as a Nantucket Whaler. Made the playoffs and actually hit the game-tying shot to send it to overtime against Swampscott. Here's Stringer! Oh! As he falls down, Noah Stringer pulls the string on that one and finds the net. Check out the replay on this individual effort. 1, 2, 3, make it 4 defenders. Why not a fifth? And as he falls down, finds the net. Great effort by number 6 to make it 7-0 here with still 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. Whalers flexing their muscles here this afternoon and have stayed on course. Rockland calls timeout as Coach Taylor was seeing TJ Holland getting swarmed in. We'll take a quick timeout here on the NSC and NCTV. Come on back with second quarter action. Whalers in control, up 7-0 with nearly 8 minutes to play.
Boston Pops.
Why are you Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot.
It runs in. It's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it.
Loading is open.
I want to welcome you back to live action here as the Bulldogs look to put it in. Again, a double team right along the sideline, make it a triple team, ball down. And the Whalers will gain possession. Soren Edwards dances around the sideline and advances into the offensive end. They'll wait for a couple of friends. Jake Grant being the first, as Edwards will jog off and get Gavin Smith on to finish off this offensive set. A quick turnover out of the timeout, not what Dave Taylor, head coach of the Bulldogs, dialed in. But that was a tough spot to start with for Benson. And he was unable to make... Oh, nice spin by Mosscrop. Oh, Nolen Mosscrop makes the net move on that powerful shot. What a spin move. And Mosscrop quickly makes it 8-0. Take a look at this replay. Again, unassuming until Nolen Mosscrop decides it's time to go. The senior attacker showing why he was the Whalers' leading goal scorer. 54 tallies coming into today. He adds one there. Whitfield quickly up ahead. Edwards makes a move. Pass. Oh, just off the mark. And the Whalers with a rare turnover here. So Mosscrop represents the fifth different goal scorer here already in the first half. We've still got 6:50 and counting in the second quarter. 8-0. Whalers with the lead. The winner will face the winner of Pentucket and Sandwich. That game doesn't even happen until tomorrow. So we'll have to see when that next game would be. Again, I am presuming a lot here, but up 8-0 already. We can start at least a discussion. I could start a discussion amongst myself. And please allow myself to introduce myself. Here's a shot on goal. Jenkinson got a piece and a flag down as the Whalers guilty of another infraction here. Third penalty up on Nantucket, but Rockland with an opportunity as they still have possession. That's Kane. Gives it over to Biggins behind the net. Whalers converge. Here's a shot. Saved by Jenkinson. Edwards is there, but that'll just stop the clock for the penalty. With 5:47 to go, Yates whistled for another infraction. One minute body check with 5:47 to go. Whalers will be down a player. Kane works it over. DeMario back to Kane. Biggins, saved by Jenkinson. Probably would have hit the side of the net, but Jenkinson with a toe save and a beauty. Look at this one, a quick shot by Biggins, and that would have hit the side of the net. Perimeter passing by Rockland here. McHugh gives it up. Here's Biggins. Spins. And nothing going on. Kane with a skip pass. Good recognition on the left-hander. Low pass. That's Rao, number 15. Back to DeMario. Penalty is expired for the Bulldogs. Back to full strength are the Whalers defensive unit. That's McHugh, number 10. There's Biggins. Shot. Save made. Another shot. Oh, he got it right back and put it wide of the net. So Jenkinson up to the task twice. Got a piece of it. May have even hit the post. That shot goes well wide. Jenkinson was there with the big net down to 4-13. This is probably the best offensive possession so far for the Bulldogs. They've gotten off 3 shots, 2 quality shots. Unfortunately for them, Jeremy Jenkinson in good position to make a couple of saves to deny them their first goal here of the afternoon. And the Whalers in a bit of a zone here, spreading out that offensive unit. Braden Rao, just a freshman for the Bulldogs, giving it up to Kane. And here's Biggins. Biggins. Guarded by Edwards. Edwards gets a piece of it. And shot goes well wide. Bulldogs are back with 3:31 to go. Second quarter. Whalers have... You know what? I'm not going to say it. Here's a shot and a save made. Solid save by Jenkinson. Judged the bounce perfectly. And another penalty on Nantucket as Nick Yates trots into the box. So the Whalers down a player again here with 3:17 to go. 4th penalty here in the first half. Kane, skip pass up. Shot whizzes wide as Davin McHugh in on offense for the Bulldogs, unable to put it on net. Still 50 seconds left on the penalty. Kane, skip pass across. DeMario. In front. Save! A point-blank range. And the Whalers get it on the turnover. Great job by Jeremy Jenkinson right in front of him. Oh, Ken Jenkinson just barrels over. Davin McHugh gets called for a shoulder. Despite getting triple teamed, here's Kane. Easy save for Jenkinson on the quick shot. And he sends it ahead. Here's Yates on the run. And a flag down as Ben Yates called for a penalty here now. So 16 seconds left on the Nick Yates penalty. His brother joins him as we've got another timeout here. We'll take it here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll come out to another penalty. It'll be 2 men up for the Rockland Bulldogs for 16 seconds with 2:33 to play. They're down 8-0, however. Desperate need of a goal.
Okay. I am a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's really fun.
I'd definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium for the MIAA round of 16 game as the Whalers are in control here, but down 2 players against the Rockland Bulldogs. The Yates boys in the box together. I'm sure that's not the first time that's happened. But the Whalers down 2 of their best defenders. And it will be a 2-man advantage for 16 seconds and then another 44 seconds of penalty time. Pass goes off the stick. Canton Jenkinson and Jeremy there. Out on Jeremy Jenkinson as he tried to flip it to Canton. Quickly out of position, and the Bulldogs get on the board as they jump the whistle here. Jeremy Jenkinson trying to get back in play, and they put it in play. Quick pass into number 10, Davin McHugh, and kind of a cheapie. But it counts as the Bulldogs finally get on the board and score the first goal against this Whalers defense with 2 players up. So the Whalers played 70 minutes of tournament action before they let up their first goal. And Whitfield makes quick work of the face-off, and Hanlon unable to save it as the Bulldogs pick it up in transition here. Here's a quick shot well wide of the net by Biggins. Bulldogs will put it in here with 2 minutes to play in the first half. 8-1 now the score. McHugh back to Biggins. Biggins guarded by Yates. Tries to put it in the side. And Jenkinson is there along with Yates. Hanlon in transition. Whalers got numbers if they want them. Over to Grant. He fires. Save made. Or just wide of the net. Goes Jake Grant with a quick shot in transition. Whalers now with an opportunity with 1.5 minutes left. Here's Hanlon. Quick shot. And the Bulldogs are back there to change the possession. Good job by the Bulldogs defense. Reno jogging out. 1:15 and counting. He's got to get it across in 20 seconds. Now looking deep. DeMario snags it and finds the zone. Longest 20 seconds I've ever seen. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Bulldogs with possession down 8-1. Pass goes over the stick of Biggins, who can't believe he missed that one. Wide open. Jenkinson launches it to midfield. And the Whalers are operating with 30 seconds to go. Here's Stringer with a sidearm shot. Picks it up on the rebound and scores! Stick-to-itiveness by Noah Stringer. And he picks up goal number 9 for the Whalers here in the first half. First shot was deflected. Wisely picked it up, and no chance for Reno from point-blank range. And it's now 9-1, back to an 8-goal advantage with 31 seconds left here in the first half. It's, again, an absolutely gorgeous day. A little bit of wind just to kind of keep it cool, but probably the best day of the late spring here. And Whitfield sends it back to Bouchard. Over to Whitfield. Whitfield. Ooh! Canton Jenkinson with a double spin. Pass goes wide of Soren Edwards. A long pole to long pole pass. Down to 5 seconds. Jenkinson fires. Save. Gilman attempt. And that one ends up near the field goal post. The Whalers play a near flawless first half and head to the locker room up 9-1. 3 goals from Stringer. 3 goals from Arann Hanlon. Single tallies from Mooney, Mosscrop, and Canton Jenkinson. And the Whalers looking to move on to, once again, that Elite 8 status. And they are in control here after one half of play. Come on back. We've got 24 minutes here from Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers look to get back to that Elite 8, up 9-1 at the half.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler! 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler! ¡Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity. A legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Wash Ashore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass. Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shot. It runs in. It's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it by.
Loading is open.
Thank you very much.
My mark. Get my mark. Get your mark.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. We are at the half, and the Whalers in complete control behind Arann Hanlon, who got things going early and often. He's had 3 goals in the first quarter. Noah Stringer's had a couple of great individual efforts, a little spin move swim for a goal. Had one as he was falling down that he found the net 5-hole. Tommy Reynos played a good game in net for the Bulldogs. Could be even more lopsided score, but obviously the story of the game is the Whalers' defense and their time of possession. Those two things have been the keys for the Whalers. The Whalers have 6 different goal scorers, including Canton Jenkinson. As I mentioned, Hanlon and Stringer with 3 goals each. Nolen Mosscrop with a goal and an assist. And Andrick Mooney back on the field after missing the opening round game. He's got a goal as well. The lone goal scored by Davin McHugh was kind of a cheapie, but it counts. The Whalers had a turnover on the end line, and Jeremy Jenkinson was caught in that turnover, and the Bulldogs quickly put it in play, and McHugh was sitting in front of the net as the referee blew the whistle. So really could still be an 8 or 9-0 game, but nonetheless, the Bulldogs get on the board. It has been tough sledding for the Bulldogs offense, including number 9, Gavin Biggins. He's had a few shots on goal, but really no real openings for him to get his left hand free. The Whalers have done a fantastic job on the Bulldogs' leading score. The winner of this game will move along to face the winner of Sandwich and Pentucket. That game happens tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have to wait that and see what happens with that. But let's take one more quick break here as the Whalers come out. We've got about 3 minutes left on the clock for halftime. And we'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV with the second half of action from the round of 16 game between your Nantucket Whalers and the Rockland Bulldogs.
first hoop. Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup. It's over! It's over! The Whalers win! The Whalers win!
I want to welcome you back to Burnhamdale Field here at Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers get ready for the second half of action. The rights fee to this cablecast have been waived by the MIAA on behalf of Nantucket High School. The MIAA represents more than 380 senior high schools across the Commonwealth and more than 200,000 student athletes who participate annually in MIAA-governed athletic competitions. Any rebroadcasts or republications of this program without written consent from the MIAA is strictly prohibited. Again, thanks very much from all of us at NCTV to the MIAA and their staff and their assistants. Always very helpful getting our forms filled out and allowing us to film these fantastic athletic events. As you can see, the Rockland Bulldogs getting ready to come back on to play here. And again, thanks for all of those joining us on the NFHS. And, of course, shout out to Dave Blanchard and his crew. Always doing fantastic work across the state and across the nation as they broadcast high school sports nationwide. Fantastic stuff. DC Collins helping them out when he can, and he will help us out tomorrow as the Whalers girls lacrosse team look to upend the number one seeded Sandwich Blue Knights in the Elite Eight. We will have that live and in person from Sandwich High School. DC Collins will be joining us. He'll be on the call, perhaps with Colby Lucas. I'm hearing rumors that maybe he'll make the trip over. As you can see, the boys are in the X. Kyden Whitfield unable to gain possession. Bulldogs unable to gain possession as well as the Whalers win another face-off. And Soren Edwards will now jog off as Jake Grant sprints it ahead and lets Nantucket get their offensive unit for the first possession of the second half. Whalers with a 9-1 lead here. Tyler Miller quickly swinging it around. Mosscrop back behind the net. Hanlon up to Chuisa at the top of the zone. And good patience shown by the Whalers here. Coming out of the good first half. Spin. Back outside. Shot. And Reno got a piece of it. But Stringer actually there to save the possession. And the Whalers get another opportunity. Stringer jogging behind the net. Little spin. Pass is tipped. And loose. But reaching in the crease, it'll be blue ball. Rockland gets it back. And it'll be Bulldogs call timeout to save the possession with 10:22 to play. We'll actually keep it here for this one as we just came out of the timeout from the half. Obviously, Nantucket looking to advance to its second state championship game in 2 years. Couple of games left, obviously. The winner of this game will face the winner of Sandwich versus Pentucket. That game happens tomorrow night, so we got to wait for probably a day or so to let them figure things out. So potentially could have a game Saturday or Sunday coming up. But that game will once again be right here at Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers earned their number 2 seed by going 15-3 during the regular season. Their 2 of those losses were to Falmouth by a total of 3 goals. Their other loss was to Shrewsbury, a Division I squad that unfortunately just lost. That was a good squad, a good team, and they played a good game. 4-3 was the final tally here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, but they just lost to Bishop Feehan. As you can see, the boys getting back into action here as Rockland called timeout. It'll be DeMario to put it in play for the Bulldogs as he finds the offensive zone. Ridden out by Kyden Whitfield and forcing the turnover. Good hustle by Whitfield on defense as he puts it in play here to Canton Jenkinson. Cross midfield, pass off the mark, but nearly saved on the far side by Jake Grant. Turnover on Nantucket with 10:09 to play here in the third quarter. That's number 7, long pole, Braden Guilfoy, trying to get it up to Biggins, unable to do so. And a little push from behind gives the Bulldogs possession. Over to McHugh. He's the lone goal scorer. Here's DeMario. Denied as Yates able to get in the way of that one. Here's Soren Edwards on the bounce at midfield. Up ahead, Whalers in transition. Chuisa back. Grant fakes. Finds some space and fires one. It's good. Field goal. Just didn't quite get the stick down on it, and the Whalers give it back to the Bulldogs as they were back on defense. 9:25 to play. Whalers up 9-1. No goals scored here in the first couple of minutes of play in the second half. Bulldogs looking to clear. Now face a double team. Flipped ahead. And into the offensive end. Here's in transition. DeMario with a good catch. Shot save made. Couple of bodies go down as Ben Yates once again whistled for too aggressive as he tripped up DeMario going in. Looked incidental. Let's see if we can pick it up. That's the third penalty on Ben Yates. He will have to clean that up a little bit moving forward. Sixth penalty, I believe, on the Whalers. At least 5. DeMario gets brushed by Jenkinson. Behind the net. Pass goes in front, tipped. Scooped up by Jenkinson. He's on the run. Canton Jenkinson all the way. Caught by Mosscrop. Nice catch. Canton Jenkinson gets it back. Whalers can play a little keep away here as there's about 20 seconds left on the penalty. Whitfield sprints off, and Noah Stringer able to come on and use up the final few seconds of the penalty. Another good job by the penalty killing unit. Here's a skip pass. Jake Grant unable to get it down on the vertical shot. And Gavin Smith remains part of the offensive rotation. You can see him, number 3, right behind us, right in front of us here. Stringer back up top. Hanlon. Here's Hanlon. It's it over to Smith. Smith bounces one to Arann Hanlon. Stringer. Or Mosscrop, I should say, to Stringer. Oh, another perfectly timed shot and pass. As Noah Stringer picks up his 4th goal of the game. Perfectly executed and no chance. Far side high post from Noah Stringer. Mosscrop picks up another helper. He's got 2 assists along with a goal. And Noah Stringer leading the way now with his 4th tally of the game. 10-1 now. The Whalers lead with 7:29 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Whitfield, I thought he had this clean scoop. And he gains possession. He has done a great job on the X. Chuisa off the stick. Quickly recovers. And flag down. And whistle will stop play with 7:07 to go. Chuisa with a slash. So he'll sit for a minute. That is penalty number 7 on Nantucket. Yet the Whalers with a 10-1 lead. Good perimeter passing. That's Murphy, Jamison Murphy, another freshman on the Bulldogs squad. DeMario. Over to Kane. Pass goes in front. Oh, Jenkinson got a piece. Still loose. Bulldogs get to it, and they have a player down as the whistle will stop play. We'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV as we have a Rockland player down. They've still got 20 seconds left on their penalty. They're down 10-1 in the round of 16 game here between the Whalers and the Bulldogs.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Welcome back to live action. Devin McHugh, the injured Bulldog, able to make his way off relatively gingerly, but he looks like he's okay. Got tangled up, but able to get off on his own again. Whalers back to even strength now. Working it around, back up front, skip pass, good. Passing by the Bulldogs, but Biggins looking to try and get his hands free, double teamed, and he is just swarmed over. Soren Edwards with just some absolute menacing defense. But the Bulldogs get the possession back. This is Benson. Back up top. Scooped up by Paxton Fitch. The junior getting some action. Here's the Whalers in transition. Shot! Blocked in front. Oh, man, that's got to hurt. Grant unable to get there. Here's the goalie well out of position. He's going to have to just launch it and does so Gilman-esque. Canton Jenkinson unable to get to it as well. Biggins was there up to midfield, and here's Hanlon the other way. Hanlon gives it up. Jake Grant surveys, gets it over to Mosscrop. He fires near side post, just missed. That's heading over to the Boys and Girls Club. 4:40 and counting here in the third quarter. 10-1, Whalers lead. In the Sweet 16, round of 16 game here. Skip pass. Here's Mooney. Hanlon. Grant. Shot. Oh, just missed it. Jake Grant had the goalie out of position. Reno tried to get it in front and deny the angle, but Grant had an opportunity. There's Mosscrop over to Miller. Nice catch. Chuisa gets whacked. Sends it back over to Hanlon. Here's Tyler Miller. Back to Hanlon. Little give and go give to Miller. Mosscrop. No look to Hanlon. Oh, saved by Reno. Hanlon gets it back. Left-hander and scores. Stick-to-itiveness by Arann Hanlon. Mosscrop found him for the initial shot. That one didn't go, but he stayed with it. As you can see, gets the bouncing ball, the opposite hand shot. Love it. Arann Hanlon showing off the skills. He's got 4 goals in the game. And the Whalers lead back up to 10 at 11-1. 3:30 left here in the third quarter. Whalers can go on cruise control here as they will win another face-off. Kyden Whitfield doing his thing. Sprints through one. Gains the zone. Tough catch into the sun there by for Mosscrop. He lost it. And the Bulldogs will try and get a clear here. Tough sledding offensively for the Bulldogs, to say the least. Grant jumps it. Pass goes off the stick. Yates, quick scoop, but loses it. Saves it. And Jenkinson will come out of net, scoop it, and give it over to Nick Yates. Yates over half midfield to Soren Edwards. Gains the zone. Here's Mosscrop. Pass. Skip pass. Grant. Oh! There it is. Mosscrop with another helper. Jake Grant, the beneficiary this time, as the senior finds the net. As the boys may be discussing a little bit of where they're getting some pizza. Here's Soren Edwards. Beautiful passing. Mosscrop finds Grant. Quick shot. Score. Reno did all he could, but that shot was in a perfect position. just inside that near side goal mount. And the lead up to 11 now, 12-1. The Chuisa called for unsportsmanlike. So Marco Lechuza into the penalty box for locked in minute. So that means if the Bulldogs score on the player advantage, they still have a penalty. And they will put it in with no face-off here. Benson looking. Oh, nearly intercepted by Whitfield. Here's Dean Alex. Senior for the Bulldogs. Skip pass off the stick. Bulldogs are there. Benson gets it over to DeMario. Mario, skip pass in. Passes off the mark. And scooped up by Soren Edwards. Edwards quickly up to Jake Grant. Spins out of trouble. Draws 3 defenders. And down to 10 seconds on the penalty. Grant just using up some clock here. And back to even strength. Good job by Jake Grant to play a little keep away here as the Whalers now can take over possession with full entourage of offensive players. Lechuza over to Gavin Smith. Down to 1:20 left here in the third quarter. 12-1 now, the Whalers with an 11-goal lead. Fake by Grant. Over the shoulder shot. Denied by Reno. Bulldogs look to clear. Lechuza jumps. Reno asking for some help here. He's going to run out of time. Just gives it a hurl. And Canton Jenkinson scoops it and heads back the other way. A little spin to find some room. CJ maneuvering. Oh, lost it. Whitfield is there. And he will gain the zone. Candle tried to have. And he got whacked on the hand here. Here's Hanlon. 15 seconds to go. Whalers can operate here in transition. Oh, Mosscrop spinning. How did he hang on to that one? Gets it back with 8 seconds. No look pass, score! Oh, my. Wow. Lechuza nets it, but the assist on a no-looker from Nolen Mosscrop as the boys are having some fun here. Look at this one. He runs in, no look, bang. Great job by the Whalers, and that'll do it for the fourth quarter. 13-1 the lead. As the Whalers once again just flexing their muscles here offensively. 4 from Hanlon now, 4 from Noah Stringer. Now, Mosscrop's got 4 assists in the game. As we'll be back here after a quick break. We got 12 more minutes of very high-quality playoff lacrosse here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Come on back.
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
here as the Whalers look to finish it off here up 13-1 against the Rockland Bulldogs in the round of 16 game. A great finish to the quarter. Marco Chuisa getting in on the fun from Nolen Mosscrop, a highlight reel type goal. And Whitfield with another draw control, but quickly turns it over. And the Whalers near steal there as Bouchard picks it up and hangs on to it. Tough pass for Edwards to handle. And scooped up quickly by number 17, Trevor Guilfoy. And he'll get it into the offensive end, look for some help. DeMario unable to handle it. Here's Yates. Gets a little whack. And Nick Yates. Shot scores! Ben Yates, excuse me. Ben Yates, a little coast to coast. And the defensive unit gets on the board. Penalty flag down as well. Big celebration from the Whalers there as Ben Yates takes it 2/3 of the field down and long pole goal for number 14. As Coach Aloisi discussing something from the flag about the flag here, we just want to make sure that things aren't going on. Clock continues to run here with 10.5 minutes. Let's see what happened here. So Biggins called for a slash, and he'll sit for a minute. So the Whalers should get possession here, in addition to the goal scored. As the lead now swells to 13. The largest lead of the afternoon for Nantucket. And the clock is going to continue to run here as things are discussed, despite it being a goal scored, but it should be white ball after the penalty. Why are they having a face-off here? All right, goal scored. I guess they have the face-off because of the goal scored. I got you. Okay. If it was just a penalty, they would have gotten possession automatically. Whalers get possession anyways here. Well, maybe. As Soren Edwards with the quick scoop off of the Whitfield face-off. He'll gain the zone, back it out. And the Whalers can operate a player up here. Hanlon coming in. Again, these are the good situations, even though they're up 13, to practice in game situations that you just don't get the opportunity to do. But if you're up 13, you do get an opportunity. That's why you see the Whalers coming with their high-powered offense all intact here, trying to get precision on their playmaking. Here's Hanlon with his hands free. Oh, nice save by Reno. Good athletic save by the junior. Chuisa gives it back. Grant over the shoulder. Reno is there. And back to full strength are the Rockland Bulldogs. Now they got to clear it. Goes beyond Biggins, and the Whalers intercept. Mosscrop over to Stringer. These two have had one heck of a connection here today. Nolen Mosscrop with 4 assists, a couple of them to Stringer. As the Whalers operate with the possession, 7:40 and counting. Clock will continue to move here. There's Mosscrop who winds up. Reno gets the net up. Good save once again by the junior netminder, but the clear attempt is denied. Miller with a push from behind, and the Stripes just not going to let anything escalate here despite the lopsided score, especially with the lopsided score. Biggins gets to it, and he'll gain the zone. And the Whalers have, and Yates with another good play to force the turnover. Ben Yates, despite having a few penalties, he's played a solid game. Jenkinson unable to find his brother. Edwards able to get some space and scoop it. Good protection by Nolen Mosscrop. Here's Stringer on the run. Finds Smith. Or Grant, I should say. Stringer back up top. Here's Canton Jenkinson, winds it up. Scores! Noah Stringer sets up Canton Jenkinson for a multi-goal game for the defenseman. The senior defenseman with a big swing on this one. He wound this one up and let it fly, baby. Scoring, bouncing it right in front of Reno. And the Whalers match their goal total in the round of 32 with 15 scores. Eight different Whalers have found the net this afternoon. Whitfield goes down. And is a little slow getting up. Looks like he may have gotten a shot to the midsection. 5:39 to play. Whalers gain possession. And the Whalers are going to sub goalies here as Nick Weisentanner jogs onto the field with 5:20 to go, getting some more playoff game action. He saw some action in most of the second half. Came up with one save on the lone shot attempt. Whalers moving it around here on offense. Chuisa over to Stringer. Stringer's had one heck of a game today as well. Up in front, Reno comes out of net and able to get there. Chuisa to Stringer. Stringer up top. Miller. Over to Mooney. 4:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Whalers in complete control as they have been throughout the entire game. They scored 16 seconds into it and have run away with this second round game. Flag down on the Bulldogs. Good catch by Mosscrop. And here's Tyler Miller. And the Whalers can go 2 for 1 here if they can find the net. Jake Grant in the middle. Gets it back and winds it up. Scores! Jake Grant. From Tyler Miller. You can hear Coach going right back, right back. A little give and go action from Tyler Miller. As Grant, or actually Andrick Mooney, as Grant wound it up and found the net. So Andrick Mooney picks up another point. An assist from the junior midi. And the score now 16-1 as Whitfield heads back out there for another face-off. Bulldogs, no quit in them. They will finish off their season here this afternoon. And their season 9-11. Oh, a smack to the face. That's got to be a flag, and it is. Slash. As Thomas Schroeder got whacked in the face and draws a penalty. So the Whalers will put it in play here with a man up. Just 2:30. Left here in the game. Stringer, rips it and finds the net. Hanlon gave it up to him, and Stringer saw an opening, and he finds the net to erase the penalty and make it a 16-1 game. Again, no one hanging out with Arann Hanlon, so he decides to get it. Quick pass over to Stringer, and he knows what to do with it. 5-goal game from Noah Stringer, his best effort here. Actually 17-1, excuse me. They added the field goal. I forgot about that. 17-1 now, with about 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Whalers get to it. Soren Edwards gets slashed, and there's another flag down. Another flag, 2 flags down, 3 flags now. That's Soren Edwards. Gets whacked a couple of times. That one's going to leave a mark. And they may just let this thing run out here with just a minute left. Two-minute slash for number 5. That's Dean Alex. There's not 2 minutes left here, as there's about 45 seconds left in the game. And in all likelihood, this will just end with a couple of passes here, as the Whalers will move on to the Elite Eight. They will await the winner of Sandwich and Nantucket. That game happens tomorrow. 25 seconds left. Down to 10 seconds. Great job by the Whalers here. Noah Stringer leading the way, as he had 5 goals. Got to tip your cap to the Bulldogs. They came in here, but were just unable to crack that defense, as Nick Wise and Tanner are going to get tackled here. Boys having fun here at Burnhamdale Field. As well they should. They are heading to another Elite Eight, and they will stay right here to play that game. We'll have details on when that game is as soon as we know, of course. One thing we do know is that the crew is heading off island tomorrow to catch the girls in action in their Elite Eight matchup against the number 1 seeded Sandwich Blue Knights. But the Whalers could face the Blue Knights as well in the Elite Eight. Again, that game happening tomorrow evening. So when we know, you will all know. But again, congratulations to the Whalers as they move on to the Elite Eight for the 4th year in a row, and looking to make the Final Four for the 3rd time in as many years. They were led offensively by Noah Stringer, had a 6-point game. He had 5 goals and an assist. Hanlon ended up with 4 goals and an assist. Nolen Mosscrop found the net once, but had 4 assists. Ken Jenkinson from the long pole with 2 goals and an assist. Andrick Mooney with a goal and an assist. Ben Yates got into the scorebook with a goal, and Jake Grant netted 2 as well. And again, Jeremy Jenkinson tested a few times up to the task, allowing just that one chintzy goal that kind of was a turnover that they were 2 players down as well. So great job defensively by the Whalers once again. They've allowed just 1 goal in 2 tournament games. We'll take a quick break, see if we can maybe get an on-field interview with the Whalers, who move on to the Elite Eight. Come on back for our final thoughts.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carr.
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
I am a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. Whalers win going away, second game in a row. They took care of business in dominant fashion. We got Noah Stringer up here. You had a heck of a game. Your best game as a Whaler, 5 goals and an assist unofficially. I got to talk to you quickly about that diving attempt and a couple of spin moves there. Talk to me about how do you even get a shot off in that kind of atmosphere?
I didn't honestly think I was going to. I thought I was going to get laid out, and I moved the kid, and I was falling, and I just hucked it and hoped for the best. It went in.
It was the best.
I surprised myself as well.
Nice. And we just chatted for a quick second before the camera came on about the balanced attack. You got some long pole goals in there. Talked about what that means to the overall confidence of the team moving forward. Obviously, getting everybody involved is always the key.
I think it gives us a lot of confidence towards the next games, and also will make us better overall. And I think it hypes us up a lot when we get a pole goal. A lot.
Absolutely. I think that was the biggest celebration when big number 32 got his goal. And Andrick Mooney a little hurt, banged up, but he was a gamer. Talk to us about a little bit of that because obviously you see a guy banged up and he's still willing to get out there and sacrifice for the team. Means a lot.
Yeah, he wasn't practicing much in the beginning of the week, but we got him a knee brace and he played a little bit. We didn't want him to play it too much because we didn't want to get him hurt because we need him for the next games.
Absolutely, in a game that you probably could have sat out this one if he really had to, but again, good to keep the momentum going. And he had a goal and an assist as well, so even despite being hurt. Talk to me about Nolen Mosscrop. Obviously, he had a huge offensive game, scoring goals in the first game, but he seemed to be the facilitator today. Was that on purpose?
I don't know. I think he just really liked to pass today. His no-look passes are always there. I always see him doing it, and it works most of the time.
Absolutely. I mean, you can get away with that in basketball more, but the lacrosse stick with a no-look is a whole different level. Ken Jenkinson with a couple of goals as well, and, of course, Arann Hanlon doing his thing, 4 goals and an assist. Offensively, was there anything that really worried you guys here today, or were you just doing your thing?
I think we came into the game just trying to do our job and coming out hot, and I think that's what we did. We scored in the first quarter a bunch, and I think we won in the first quarter.
Absolutely. 16 seconds in, you guys were up 1-0, so I'd say that's getting it done in the first quarter. Go celebrate with your boys, man. Great win, as usual. You guys took care of business here at home. We got one more at home before we start going on the road for the next rounds after that, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got Sandwich or Pentucket. Who cares? Bring them on. Come on over. We're ready for you. Whalers win going away here this afternoon. Congratulations to them. Another Elite 8 berth. And we got one more here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Hopefully you can join us when is yet to be determined. Where is definitely right here. Girls in action tomorrow. Cannot wait. You can stay here and watch it. It'll be on YouTube on NSC and locally on channel 1072. That's it for now. Thanks very much for joining us here in the NSC and NCTV and on the NFHS nationwide. I am Chris Morris for all of us here at NCTV. Congratulations to the Whalers. They move along to the Elite 8 and continue playing here in the 2026 season. We'll do it again tomorrow, coming to you live from Sandwich High School for the Elite 8 and the girls.